welcome to the U. My name is Angela Travato.
I'm Eric Dowling.
I'm Kelsey Johnson.
And I'm Laurel Heineman.
I couldn't be more excited to start our show off talking about our Penn State football team and our huge win against Michigan yesterday. What did you guys think? Were you there?
I wasn't there, but I mean, I could have been there. I could have been on the field filming, but I'm like, no, I'm going to take the day off,
Yeah.
kind of take it easy. But it was the longest game in Penn State history. We beat number 18 ranked Michigan.
Undefeated
Michigan. And they beat Notre Dame. Notre Dame was in the championship game last year for the nation, and it went into 4 overtimes.
Oh my gosh.
That was crazy.
Christian Hackberry had a better game than Johnny Manziel yesterday. Like, it is crazy. He did really, really well. And he's a true freshman.
Yeah, they're calling him Christian Heismanberg, like little play words for the Heisman.
Honestly, I think it was so surprising for all the student section. Like, we were all like going into the game with the expectation, hopefully we'll score close to Michigan.
Yeah.
Because they are such really a high-ranked team.
And undefeated.
Exactly.
I know I was really excited because I thought coming off of our loss last week, it kind of gave us a reason to really prove ourselves and what we have to do. We have a ton of amazing players on our team, and we really showcased that yesterday, to be honest. It was such a wonderful game. Being there, game of a lifetime. I honestly don't even know how to explain the feeling.
Seriously, that just makes me so proud of my school. Like, I just get so excited when I say, like, I go to Penn State.
And the fact that there was a whiteout and just everyone was together just cheering.
How many people were there? Like
107,000 was the attendance yesterday.
I saw that.
Full capacity of Beaver Stadium is like 107,461 people in total.
That's so close
so that's
enough,
like that is like literally just inside Beaver Stadium. That's not counting the other 100,000 people that are outside Beaver Stadium tailgating.
Oh
my gosh.
So many people.
So many people.
Like everywhere, all weekend, just everywhere. I saw so many Michigan people too. Like they came
surprisingly not enough. Too many.
Some of them were even in the student section. Did you see? Like they were walking around in the back.
They were getting booed. A lot of them got escorted out because people were like throwing things at them and didn't want them in there. Which I'm all about being a good sport, but at the same time, this is our White House, and you don't come in and wear yellow.
You have to have the expectation that you're gonna get booed. We're Penn State. We're really rowdy fans.
Come on. No, I was even at the float on, when was it, Friday?
Yeah.
And there were tons of Michigan people just like watching. They had the Michigan sweatshirts and they just kept pointing to them, and I was like, why are you here? Like, why do you want to see this?
Yeah.
So.
Interesting. Well, talking about the game, I mean, focusing on A-Rob, Allen Robinson, he is the top receiver in the conference, arguably, if not statistically proven. And it's funny to me because he came out of his prep school with only 6 college offers. He was not very sought after, which is shocking after seeing his potential and how well he can play. So when he committed to Penn State, we were the only Big Ten school that was interested in him. So he committed here, and I think he's definitely made it his home. He has grown with Penn State as the team. He has led the team, and it's just an impressive player overall.
There's a good possibility that he could go into the pros and actually make an impact in the pro level.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Which is kind of like surprising a little bit, because when you think of Penn State, especially in the last, Joe Paterno was coaching for 70 years, last like 70 years or so, when you talk about Penn State, you think of 2 things: linebackers and running backs. You don't think of Penn State as a throwing school. You don't think of them as a school that is training wide receivers. Like, all the players from Penn State that are in the professional levels are kickers, linebackers, and like 1 or 2 running backs. That's it. Like, there's no receivers that you can speak of that came from Penn State.
You don't really have too much of an influence in the big NFL league, for sure. But it definitely is exciting to think that we could have a player. And I think we have a lot of players that could, if they were given the opportunity to, they could totally prove themselves on the league level of the NFL. No doubt. No doubt. So I think we definitely have to bring up Nittanyville and all the students that come together to support our football team. It's a phenomenal thing, and I know you were there, so why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Oh my goodness, it was amazing. I missed, actually, Bill O'Brien came to Nittanyville Monday night and brought pizza, I believe.
Were you in class?
No, actually, I had to stay for a psych exam. So I
that's-
have to
that's a
stay
pretty
in
good
this. And
excuse.
I had to stay in. But my friends got pictures with him, and he was very nice to them. I was so jealous, of course.
Heard,
But so we camped out that whole week, and it was kind of bad because it rained the whole week and there was a hole in the tent. But because of the game, it was so worth it. We were in the 3rd row, so right up like next to the game.
That is
oh my God.
so exciting.
Yeah.
I know when he was there actually too, he was part of a slam dunk contest. And that was really exciting to see because I feel like it was kind of bringing him even closer to the student body and being just a normal guy, just slam dunk contest, having fun and throwing the basketball with some guys. It's nice to see him kind of getting to just relax for a little and not being bombarded with cameras and autographs and interviews and everything like that because I feel like he would want a break every so often.
Yes, of course.
And I just feel that Bill O'Brien's just like a really genuine coach because of all the stuff that he has in his personal issues. It's just really makes him so grounded to life and everything.
Absolutely, no doubt about that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, we'll be right back with World and National News.
Hi guys, welcome back to the U. Right now we're going to be talking about world and national news. So first up we have some pretty big economic news. Greece has announced that they'll probably be out of their recession by 2014. This is really big because Greece in the last 2-3 years has been going through a lot of difficulty and a lot of just overall hardships. There was riots, there was bailouts, there was almost anything you can imagine. Greece is part of the European Union, which is like this big conglomeration of all these European countries that together they have the euro. And the euro has been slowly declining and it's just been lots of talks about disbanding the EU and everything like that. But Greece was talking about going back to the drachma and everything.
Oh, man.
And it was really, really bad for a while. But Germany came in, saved the day for Greece, gave them some bailout money, and now it looks like Greece is going to be coming out of their recession, which I think is fantastic news.
Absolutely.
What do you guys?
Yeah.
Well, I would have to add too, I know Italy and Spain, there are a ton of countries that are really economically struggling right now. And I mean, America, if we even bring up
That's what I was gonna
countries,
say.
I mean,
But-
us as
Here.
a country,
Right.
we're all struggling. And it's hard to kind of think of, okay, how can we get a solution? What really is the right thing to do from here at this point? And I think, lucky for them, they sound like they're getting closer and closer to a solution.
I will say this, though, there is definite link between Greece, Spain, and Italy, and it's the siestas. So I think they really needed to stop and take a break with the siestas for a little bit.
I don't know.
Work
I
through
would
it.
totally. You want more riots? You say no siestas. There's
The
way.
people are going to be angry
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah.
They're
No
gonna
way.
be
Well,
angry.
actually, no, they're starting to do that in America too. I read for some of the
Siestas?
well, not siestas. It's
Right.
called something different.
Nap time.
But yeah, nap time because if you take a 40-minute or less nap, work is like your working ability is better.
I guess
I don't
so.
know.
I don't know. It would be a study that it would definitely need to be looked into. But
Whatever makes napping okay,
Yeah.
I'm fine.
But,
That's
like-
fine. That's if
I'm
you
sure
say
right,
so.
especially in college.
Oh, if I have to
Oh,
nap,
me too. Yes.
sure, no
Yeah.
problem.
But like now that Greece is like really their economy's improving, our money's gonna be going further longer. So I may take a trip to Greece, and if I do, my pets can stay in a nice airport pet resort, which this news broke a couple of days ago, and which is really crazy. Because now, if you're gonna go to an airport and you don't want to take your pets on the airplane with you, you can just drop them off, and they have these really nice pet resorts, so your pets can take a vacation too while you're taking a vacation.
I think it's
a
Unbelievable.
genius idea,
It's
honestly.
crazy. They have like podicures and massage therapy.
Oh my
and there's
gosh.
a little pool.
They have a dog bone-shaped pool outside for
Yes.
them to swim
Yes.
So
in.
can I like go to
Yes.
this as well?
Yes, I
Like this
know,
sounds so
right?
nice.
Spa for your dog. Like flying is stressful. Like
Yeah.
they
Absolutely.
my dog. I don't know.
And like
That's a genius idea
Yeah.
to think
I
about
know,
how many
right?
people actually consider their dogs and pets in general like their children. So I mean,
Yeah.
I know even just kennels, there's so many people that never want to leave their dog in a kennel because they don't know how the living is there and how everything is. It's really hard for them to separate from their dogs.
Right.
So
See,
that's
why
a
it's
really
so
great
nice for
solution.
this. Yeah, because you can leave them there for the whole day.
Oh my
And
gosh.
they'll take them outside. They'll play with them. Like you know that your pet is taken care
That's
of.
awesome. Yeah, that is such a fun
Yeah.
idea.
But like also on the same line as like really heartwarming stories, we had this kid was told by his mom about he needed to be as quiet as a Navy SEAL, and the kid, being as inquisitive as young kids are, he challenged her and like ninjas are much quieter than Navy SEAls. So he sent a letter to one of the former Navy SEALs officials and was like, I need you to answer this question for me, basically asking the Navy SEAL guy to settle a bet. And he's like, who's quieter, Navy SEAls or ninjas? And the response from the Navy SEAL guy was perfect. He said, I think ninjas are quieter than seals, but we are better swimmers and also better with guns and blowing up things. And if that doesn't appeal to a little boy,
yeah.
I don't know what will. And he also,
True.
and like he also sent him like this army coin, which is like a big thing in the army where like if you are caught without a coin and you meet somebody else in the army, you have to buy them a drink. And his dad like explained to him all these rules and
I think
stuff.
that's so
Yeah.
6
Yeah.
years old. Can you imagine how excited he was
Yeah.
to get that back?
No, it said in
So
the
sweet.
article how he brings it everywhere with him to
Yep.
school,
Yeah.
shows his friends.
And he's like changing his wardrobe so he has to wear things with pockets in them so he carries
Oh
the
my
things
gosh, so
everywhere.
precious. That is adorable.
Yeah, I think it's a really heartwarming story, but
Oh,
kind
absolutely.
of taking that and going a little bit more of a serious tone, we have a living man who was declared dead.
How? Yeah.
There's a lot of like issues. I think from what I remember, he went missing
Yeah, that's
and the judge legally declared him dead and his wife started collecting his Social Security, life insurance, and all that stuff. The man wasn't dead, but the thing was he waited over the 3-year grace period where you could say, oh, hey, I'm not dead, which I think only should be like 3 or 4 weeks and not 3
3
years.
years, yeah.
It's
I
like
think that's a little bit odd though
Yeah.
that he came 3 years after the fact.
more than 3 years. It was like
was
7
more?
or 10 years
Oh
afterwards.
my goodness.
So it's
there
like
must be a hidden
Yeah.
reason in that.
Yeah,
somewhere.
for sure.
I agree, but like the judge didn't
Maybe the
overturn.
collecting money
yeah,
part. He wanted to
probably.
collect money
And, like,
longer. Who knows? I mean, that's really hard.
But the judge didn't overrule the turning, so this man is still technically dead. I don't know if he's able to work anymore because he's
Dead.
legally dead.
Yeah, like that's just.
It's
That is
I don't-
really
I don't
strange.
know.
Hopefully they work that out with the
yeah.
guy.
I mean, but he can never get married now. So what's he gonna do?
What's he
with his
gonna
life?
do? That is
Yeah.
so unbelievable. I mean,
Yeah.
and what even do you do? Like, I mean,
You just kind of sit around and
obviously-
like. I guess you would have to rent
Yeah.
out a coffin and just live out of the coffin. I don't know.
the new
Yeah.
Dracula.
Yeah.
It could be like a site to come see. Come see the new Dracula.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
But that's all we have for world and national news for today. Stay tuned, and we'll be back with entertainment news.
And welcome back to our entertainment segment. We're gonna first start off by talking about Glee, the new episode. Did you were talking about it? You were
I'm a huge
upset
Glee
about it.
fan.
A Gleek, if you will.
You
A
could
Glee,
totally
yes.
call me a Gleek. It's embarrassing, but I'm proud. It's funny. I actually came into watching Glee late, so I like watched seasons in days. I was like really. It was like Netflix. I was just watching them and watching. But it's really hard to lose a character on a show, let alone in real life. So it made the episode so much more real. You know, the emotions and all the crying. I was crying. Me and my roommates, we were crying. It was just, anyone that watched that, you couldn't not be upset about it. And it was just such a sad, shocking tragedy that happened. And it's just so upsetting.
And I can't really think of anything in recent history where such an important character on a show has died.
In real life,
Right.
yeah.
And the only thing I can think of is the Crocodile Hunter, and that's
Oh,
about
yeah,
it.
Steve Irwin.
That was still upsetting.
That
though.
was
Absolutely.
really bad, but like
that.
they didn't have the means to go through and be like, oh, we're gonna do a tribute episode and like
Yeah.
dedicate it to him. Like the only thing they could do is just do a highlight reel basically of what
Yeah,
he's the
exactly.
craziest things he's done. But like
Yeah.
all the stuff that I've read about the episode was not necessarily the most glowing and positive things that I've read, which made a lot of the reviewers very conflicted about it because which I think was kind of very poorly done on Glee's part, was they didn't necessarily address why Finn died.
See, that's the part I enjoyed because Kurt, his brother, in the show said, you know, everyone keeps asking about why he died and how he
Right.
died and everything like that. And then he said, it doesn't matter.
Right.
You know, we need to celebrate his life and celebrate what he did and his impact on everyone. And I really appreciated that.
Yeah, I
really
just-
liked it.
Yeah.
I just think that they could have used it as a teaching lesson. Like
Yeah,
they
that's-
know that so many young kids and impressionable kids watch the show, love the characters,
Yeah.
and they addressed teenage pregnancy pretty well. They've addressed some very serious issues, and I don't know why they couldn't take that extra step and address drug issues. I guess it would
Yeah.
kind of been against Finn's character,
I
but
think it was a sign of respect, maybe,
I
that
guess-
they
I
didn't
guess
want to
so.
bring it up.
Passed away.
Right.
but he
At the same time, bring awareness
But
to
I mean,
it.
he
yeah.
came onto the show at 28 years old after already dealing with these drug problems. So they really could have built it into the character, and I think it was something that could have been addressed and done right, because Ryan Murphy definitely has the capabilities to make something that powerful and impactful for a show. And I don't know, I think it could have been handled a little bit better, but I have heard that the Kirk and the two parents,
Kurt.
for the two parents of Finn were phenomenal, and it was basically reminding people of why they've won Emmys and been nominated.
Leah Michele, I honestly,
I feel so bad for her.
she is,
I really
she's a rock. I don't know how the episode, obviously, clearly she's crying the entire time. She didn't come in till the end. And it was like 45 minutes into the episode, and we were like, when are we going to see Leah? When are we going to see her talk about it? And there was just a heart-wrenching part where she was talking about all the plans that she had made, and she was like, we were going to get married, and it was just, even as the character, that's upsetting, getting close to the characters, her and Finn and Rachel, but when it's real life, you can apply it to real life. You know that she had those dreams for them, for real life, and actual,
real.
Exactly.
From
It was
the
so
cast
raw.
members. That's what I heard.
Yeah,
It was awful.
Can you
honestly
imagine how hard that would be to film though?
I heard that.
I do. I don't know.
Your whole,
I heard it was just all done in like one take. Like almost everything was just shot once, and then they moved on.
Over with. They couldn't do it. Yeah. That's a lot of them said they didn't want to deal with it. Oh.
And I heard that, what's her name? The Spanish girl, I can't think of the actress's name, but I heard she had the breakout.
Naya Rivera?
Yeah. She had the breakout performance of like the show.
It was beautiful. Beautiful moment for sure.
well, what else is going on is there's a lot of Kardashian news. Of course, you know, we have crazy Aunt Karen who wants to speak out against everyone. We have Chris and Bruce separating.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they say they're not getting divorced. They're like living separately. I mean, there's
I feel
obviously
like they've
something.
been living separately for just such a long
Yeah,
time
on the
as it
show
was.
they have, they're like, "Where's Bruce?" And he's always like at another house.
I personally, I don't keep up with the Kardashians. I don't watch them. I don't really think that they're interesting. I don't think they're respectable or they have respect for themselves.
I agree with you.
I don't know that I know a lot of people love them, which is, I don't not like them, but I just don't want to watch them. So I don't really know what's going on with a lot of that.
I think that they might be some of the smartest people in the nation, to be quite honest. The way
They know what they're doing,
They
that's
know
for sure.
exactly what they're
They
doing,
know.
and they are
Of
playing
course.
us all, and especially Kim and the mom. The mom has a talk show for basically doing nothing with her life. She was married to whatever the husband's Kardashian was who helped OJ, and that's basically all she did. And she turned that into an empire, and I
Somehow.
applaud
It's
her.
actually, I'll give her props for that. That's shocking, but I don't know how that happened.
All right, and the other big thing is the big feud between Jimmy Kimmel and Kanye West.
Yeah, this was.
That was.
It got
Tense.
pretty heated.
Yeah,
Like,
very
To say the
honestly
least.
didn't even see it. I just read
Yeah,
about it.
like
and
Con-
went on
Kanye
with
was tweeting in
articles.
all caps, like it got serious. Like
That's serious.
and like Kanye West doesn't really tweet that much. Like the last time he tweeted before this was him announcing his Yeezus tour, and he was tweeting in all caps about how not funny Jimmy Kimmel was, and how Sarah Silverman is just so much better and everything. And he compared Jimmy Kimmel to SpongeBob, but then literally a week later, Kanye's appearing on Jimmy Kimmel.
They're
And
friends.
they're friendly. And it's just like,
Definitely.
I don't understand.
Definitely think it's a publicity stunt. I mean, Jimmy Kimmel and Kanye West don't have to be friends. They don't need to be friends, but why not be friends if we can get good ratings?
Yeah.
Kind of, I think, is
And
what
I
their
think
mindset was.
Jimmy Kimmel's ratings were doing really poorly compared to Jimmy Fallon's and
Jay
David
Leno
Leno's
and yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Hi, and welcome back to the U. So right now we're going to be talking about albums that were liked, albums that we didn't like, concerts, anything really pertaining to music. I know for me, I don't really have a preference in music. I use Spotify, Pandora, whatever comes on, like I'll listen to. If I'm in the car, just turn on the radio, listen to that.
Absolutely.
Listen to anything. Like I'm open to any genre of music except for country. I'm not
Ooh.
too crazy.
I'm not, yeah, I gotta
Sorry,
agree with you. I'm not,
Very into it.
I can relate to that because I used to not like it at all, and then my sisters and my roommates just started pounding country on me, and now I like it. So there's that. But I definitely, one of the albums I'm most excited about that happened already, it was released, is Travis Garland. Not a lot of people know about him. It's a self-entitled album, and he's dropped a lot of singles, but he never had an album. So this was a big big deal for him. He was a part of a band, and then he broke off and became his own artist. And he's kind of, I would relate him to like a Justin Timberlake. He has a very lovely, such a good voice, and it is just so wonderful to listen to.
Meet him?
Not yet.
Not yet. You're
November
going to go
10th,
meet
I'm
him.
coming to Philly. It's gonna happen. So yeah.
Exciting.
And I assume
Yeah.
we're talking about the Justin Timberlake of old, not this like suit and tie,
Yeah,
strawberry bubblegum,
yes.
like
Old
what are you
Justin
doing-
Timberlake.
What are you doing, Justin Timberlake?
Not in sync Justin Timberlake, but
Like
old Justin
Future Sex
like
Love
Justified. Yeah, it's Future Sex Love Song. Absolutely.
For me, I love music. I could talk about it for ages, but I'd say my favorite albums for this year are Vampire Weekend's new album. I've been a fan of theirs since I first heard Artists You Should Know About on MTV2 on
Oh my
for like
goodness,
their first
wow.
single before their album was anything was on iTunes. I was like listening to Vampire Weekend, Kanye West, Yeezus. Everyone gives it a lot of just flack for everything, and you really got to look at it for the finer details because he built everything up with My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy and then just ripped it all away and is kind of rebuilding himself. And I think that's really just interesting.
I mean, that's good for him. I don't know. For me, I've just never been a fan of him as a person.
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
you got to look at sometimes you got to look
Me
at
too.
him separate from.
That's true.
Musically, he's very talented.
very,
However, personally, I don't appreciate Yeezus, and you have a picture of you on a cross being crucified. It's just
That
a
can
whole
be kind
nother
of
level, and
offensive.
it's very offensive. And I know, like, you're not gonna be Jesus. I'm sorry, Yeezus.
But he
and
is a god. Just hurry up with his croissant. Like that's it. Like that's
no.
all you gotta say.
I can't agree with that. But he is a great artist. Great
And like
artist.
also, there's been a lot of like really, really young emerging people in just the music industry lately. Most of it's rap, but it's just incredible the amount of talent that's out there. Like, there's this one kid. His name is Earl Sweatshirt. He's been around for a while. He went away to Samoa for a couple years, came back, and he released this very, very personal album that dealt with his father issues, his father leaving, and just kind of being raised by his mother and everything like that. And he's 19. Like he's our age, and he's rapping about very, very personal stuff. His dad was a poet laureate, and I think that kind of was reflected in him. And then there's also this other rapper called Chance the Rapper, who's, I can't describe it. It's very interesting, and his album is free, and it was fantastic.
Wow,
and
free
he's
album.
had like Lil Kim on his album, and like Childish Gambino and stuff like that. Like just really big name people for a first time guy.
Absolutely.
See, that's why I feel bad though, because there's like artists that are very talented, but they never get to the point like
Recognition.
Kanye West or
Yeah.
something like that.
Absolutely.
Kanye West and Jay-Z are sort of in the category of their own. We
Yeah.
can't bring them into.
It's true.
That is
That
true.
is true.
That's very true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very true.
Another really young artist is Lorde.
Yes,
She's
16.
new. I saw her on Ellen when she performed Royals. Oh my gosh, her voice is phenomenal. It is so naturally good.
She gives very like, I want to call it creepy performances.
No,
Like,
it is creepy.
She does
Yeah.
this thing where like she kind of makes like claws in her hair and
Yeah.
just like everything. It's just very, very interesting. And like this whole like female generated,
yeah.
like music is awesome. Like
Yeah.
we've had Churches, Haim, and Lorde all release albums within weeks of each other, and they are fantastic albums.
They're great.
And they're all, I think all of them are, 24 and younger. And it's incredible. And
Just talented.
right, and like it's
Yeah.
not only that they're just musically talented, like the lead singer for Churches wrote this article about misogyny in the music industry, and it's just incredible how these people have this much
Intelligent,
talent and
yeah.
intelligence, and it's so
impressive.
great.
Yeah,
At
it's
such a
amazing.
young age. When
Yeah.
I first heard Royals, I wouldn't have
It is
ever guessed
yeah.
that it was a 16-year-old. I mean,
It's
I
a
don't
To
know,
have
very-
those experiences
It's
too.
a very
my
dark
God.
subject.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
very young to be having
16
that.
years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's battled a lot so far.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's definitely impressive. That song just gets stuck in your head.
Oh my
you know,
God.
it's such a
Sorry,
catchy
Yeah,
song. You know, I'm
yeah.
singing
Like
it.
I think I've listened to it at least once a day because it's like I listen to it and then I like
It's stuck in my
find
head.
myself singing it
Yeah.
like throughout the day and like, well, I need to listen to this again to get it out of my head and stuff. Like it's
Still
just,
don't know the words.
Yeah, no,
but
yeah.
you know,
catchy.
it's catchy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
and it's very prophetic. Like it's just like the one line is like, "We're bigger than we ever could be," and I'm in love with being queen. Like she is now the queen of the pop radio right now, and
She's
it's
deeming herself.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it's incredible. But like also there's tons of concerts that are going on at Penn State that were
Oh, yeah,
fantastic.
absolutely.
Tons. One Republic was awesome. awesome.
And they
I
were
went
free,
last
weren't
week.
they?
They were free.
Yeah,
and
tell us about it.
Okay, so what I was really excited about is they wore Penn State jerseys at the end of the concert and
That's
came
cool.
out. It was just
very
such a cool
nice.
concert.
Awesome.
And everybody in the audience was so involved. Everyone got out their cell phones. It was so dark in there.
Yeah.
There were just lights everywhere. He said we were the best audience and they were going to have
Wow.
to follow us with the lights.
Oh my
everywhere.
gosh.
Draining cell phone batteries. It was awesome.
Awesome, yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so upset I missed it. I had another exam that week.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I was
School.
upset.
You just gotta tell your
Sorry.
teachers, like, you gotta make
You
your
have to, one day, that's it. I'm
schedule your
done.
exams around
My schedule,
Yep.
please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Concerts. There are a
Exactly.
lot coming up. I mean,
And-
we get Jay-Z here. We
I
have
know.
Macklemore coming. Like,
Yeah,
And-
absolutely.
And that promo that they showed too during the football game.
How
from
exciting,
Macklemore.
yeah.
Oh my goodness, I was so excited.
Very excited.
But also, I think this was kind of like a dream come true for me because he's like one of my favorite people ever. Donald Glover, Childish Gambino came here last weekend for the homecoming concert, and it was incredible. His energy when he performs is unmatched. And
Yeah.
he performed songs from his upcoming album, and it was awesome. And you really get that like high energy with him.
Yeah.
And it was just, I couldn't have been happier with the concert. Like
Yeah,
I was
absolutely.
like,
See,
and
I
I was
didn't
like second
even-
row
I didn't
too.
get to go.
I didn't know that he was a rapper though.
Yeah.
Like, I knew him from
Oh, yeah.
Community. But the fact that he's a rapper too is very
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Rapper, screenwriter, actor, triple threat.
Does it all.
Well, that's all we have today. Stay classy, Penn State.